Alright guys, we are live. I am just jamming with you some out here and figured we'd have a quick acoustic beer and chat on the patio. Raymond, thanks for joining, dude. I see you on there. Glad you're on. I didn't announce this. I think I just decided to go live like at the last minute. Like, you know what? Let me try this. Let me just go live, and I apologize to whoever's watching this later, because a lot of people are like, man, I missed the live part. I missed that. Um, Normally, I give them better notice, and this is just completely random. So I just wanted to play some tunes for you, play some acoustic, kind of give you guys a different feel for tonight, and just kind of chat about whatever's on your mind. So I know we'll be getting some more people on here in a second. So I'm going to play a little bit more. We'll play some, we'll chat, play and chat. And if you drink brews, we'll have some brews as well. Cheers. I don't know about you guys, but man, it is hot. I live in Florida. We're in the Tampa. Well, technically we're in Seffner, and that's like part of the Tampa, Brandon area. Lewis, dude, thank you for joining, man. So we got Raymond and Lewis on here. I haven't talked to you in a while, Lewis. Good to see you on here, man. So, yeah, we're just hanging out. We'll probably do this for 30, 40 minutes, something like that, however long you guys want to do it. And I wanted to play you something that I was just messing around with last night. Of course, we're not really doing metal tonight. This is kind of acoustic metal. It's funny, like metal guitar players, you guys as guitar players, if you're into metal, when you play acoustic, sometimes that translates, that metal kind of translates even onto the acoustic, sort of, even when we're just playing chords, because it's that darker sound. So I want to play you guys this riff that I was messing around with last night. A lot of open chords on this. That was a little tune I was working on last night, so I see we got some more people on. BMC and David Lee, how are you guys doing? David, Alabama. Dude, David, what part of Alabama are you from? I've actually got family in like in various parts of Alabama there. I'm trying to remember where they're all from. But thanks for joining, guys. For all of you new Huntsville, that's way up there, dude. I think yeah, and I think now I remember you saying that in a prior live in a live session we did. But thank you all for joining. We're just getting started here, man, and this is just kind of like a, I would say it's like a fireside chat, but it's really hot. I don't know where you guys are at. I mean, I bet it's hot in Alabama. It's hot here in Florida. But we're just jamming on acoustic, having some brewskis, chilling out, relaxing, and playing some acoustic. I'm gonna play I'm gonna play another song for you guys next. Again, this is a little different from the metal you guys are used to hearing, but the beautiful thing about being a guitar player, like you guys, most of you, I think most all of you guys play guitar, which is a lot of why you're on my channel. And thank you, by the way, I appreciate all your support. But the thing about us guitar players is we're versatile. You know, even if you play metal, like I love heavy metal, and you guys, I know you guys love a lot of rock and metal and that sort of thing. But you know, it doesn't just stop there. And I actually struggle with this sometimes, to be honest with you. Like there's some music that I'm writing right now that's completely not metal, and it's like, man, if I put this out, I don't want to disappoint my metal fans, you know. But you know, the beautiful thing about being a guitar player is that we can. Sorry, I'm trying not to burp on camera, man. I just took a big gulp of, not a big gulp, but you know how it is. But we're versatile. We're extremely versatile. We can play metal, but we can also kick back on acoustic. This is my Takamine, by the way. I love this guitar, and I've had it for a long time. I actually bought this from a good friend of mine, John Castillo. I don't know, John, I don't know if you're on tonight. I know sometimes he joins our live sessions. But beautiful guitar, and I've had it for some time now. I just had new tuners put on. Can you guys see these tuners? These are those special locking tuners. And I totally forget the brand, but I just had those put on, and I had some other work done to it just to, you know, to make it, to enhance it, and it sounds a lot better, you know. I'm glad you guys are on with me. Let's play a little bit of Sanitarium real quick here. That was one of my first. It's not an acoustic song, but it's one of the first songs I learned on acoustic. You know. Welcome to where time stands still. No one leaves, no one will. Minutes for never seems to change. It's never meant to leave range. I dream the same thing every night. I see your freedom in my sight. No doors, no windows blind. Things that make my brain seem scarred. Sleep, my friend, and you will see the dream is my reality. They keep me locked up in this cage. I see it's what my princess rage. You guys are supposed to help me out and sing the chorus of that. Actually, I screwed up on some of that. I couldn't remember some of the lyrics to it. It's been so long since I played that song, man. So where's everybody from tonight? David, I know you're in Alabama there. Lewis, you're in, dude, I totally forgot I totally forgot what country you're in, man. I apologize. And I know this is like it's in the back of my head that I totally can't remember. So my apologies. But yeah, where are you guys all streaming from? That's right, Venezuela, dude. Yeah, you and I talked about that, Luis. Luis, how are things in Venezuela right now, man? I know I haven't been keeping up, and of course, with this whole coronavirus, that's like taking over, I think worldwide news. But are things a little bit better in Venezuela, or do you see them like getting better in Venezuela as far as the government and all that goes? New York City, Ryan from New York City. Dude, I love it up there. I've been through there a couple times, but my wife and I actually, we stayed in New York City, I think it was the end of 2017. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Stayed in Manhattan on like 28th and, oh my God, between 6th and 7th Avenue on 28th Street. So we're kind of, in walking distance from everything. It's beautiful. George from Greece. Oh man, dude. Thank you for coming on, man. That's a place I would love to visit. I haven't traveled that much in my life, mainly just to Thailand, several places in Thailand, but Greece is like definitely on the list to go. Gus, the guitar player Gus G. He played with Ozzy for a while, and he has his own band, Fireland. I think you guys know who Gus G is, but I believe he's from Greece as well. All right, guys, let's play some more acoustic stuff here. What are we gonna do next? All right, just a little jamming. Guys, by the way, like most of the stuff that I played, I'm making it up as I'm, as I'm going along. All right, so Rian, so you're currently learning integrals, major, minor, seconds, thirds, fourths, fifths, all the way up to octaves. It's challenging since you've had only 1 year of playing guitar nonstop. That's great, man. I I admire that deeply because I never really learned theory. Uh, it's not to say that I didn't catch it along the way because you kind of naturally, you know, get into some of that just naturally as a guitar player, but I didn't dive into it at first. I always thought it was like textbook, and that's wrong of me to think that way, by the way, but this is my old way of thinking. I always thought it was kind of textbook. I'm like, well, I sucked in school, so I don't really want to read about music and learn the theory. I just want to play. So I started learning just by ear, you know, playing along with Metallica, old Metallica, you know, like their Kill 'Em All through like Puppets and through Justice mainly. And bands like Guns N' Roses, of course, back then the hair bands were like really full on, and I got into a lot of that because the guitar playing was really phenomenal, you know, with hair bands back then. So, and still is, a lot of those players still around. But no, all that said, I admire you for diving into theory because, dude, that's something that's going to open up more pathways, you know, more almost more like neural pathways because you're learning it, right? So you've got it up here, and so you can translate that on the guitar. And whenever you play something, you're going to be able to like, okay, well, you know I can go here to this mode or this shape or whatever. And I don't know, it's just going to, you know, I commend you for doing that. It's just going to, you know, make you a much better musician all around. So cheers to that, dude. Does anyone else dive into theory, or do most of you guys just play by ear? You just like pick a song out and like, hey, I just want to learn this tune and you know play along with it. Was anybody out there heavy into theory, into music theory in general? I'd like to know that because I'd actually like to start putting some more lessons out that's more theory driven, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because that can really kind of help you connect the dots. When I say connect the dots, it reminds me of the old Pee Wee Herman, Pee Wee's Playhouse. He used to sing Connect the Dots. It was very cheesy. One of the cool things, Henry, and you may find this interesting, one of the cool things I like to do on acoustic is a lot of times when I'm playing acoustic, I will, no, send me an angel, Lewis. We have to do that. Yeah, man. One of the things I do on acoustic when I'm playing, sometimes I'll switch over from full chords to just those kind of, you know, power chords, those metal, we call them metal chords or whatever, but the power chords on guitar. So I'll go from like an E to a C, but then I'll play an open chord with it. I always thought that sounded cool. That's one of the things I like to play around with because you're just like throwing this thing out there. People are hearing those power chords and like, okay, I like how that's sounding. But then all of a sudden you catch them by surprise with an open chord, like whoa, and it just literally like just you know does something different, completely different to the song. Lewis, send me an angel. Yeah, man. I did do a metal version of that. I think you guys all saw my metal version of Send Me an Angel. It's almost like a metalcore or melodic death metal, but there's some thrash metal. It's kind of like a bunch of subgenres combined. But that was one of my favorite songs, man. Lewis, I may actually do that I'm going to be live, and I'll give you guys an advance notice. Like next week, I'm going to be live. I'll probably send a notification out Monday that I'll go live. It'll probably be on Thursday night. Probably around this time next Thursday, I'm gonna actually do like a real live show. I won't be out here in the patio. We'll do this in the studio, but I want to do that for you guys. So, let me know if there's some songs. I'm gonna do a few songs off of my masterpiece album, my recent album, but I'm also gonna do a few songs off my very first album called Apocalyptic Dreams. So that's gonna happen. I'm gonna shoot for next Thursday on that. Again, I'll give you guys an advance notice. So Davey says one of your friends is a jazz cat, and you pick up theory just hanging out with them. Yeah, that's like jazz players, man. Some of those guys are really and girls are really amazing. I just never got into jazz for some reason. I don't know for whatever reason I never got into it. But then later when I found out that Alex Skolnick from Testament, that was kind of some of his roots coming from jazz. And I started listening more to his playing because I naturally like his style a lot, And I started listening to him more, and I could hear that jazz influence in his metal leads. I'm like, man, it's always awesome when you start with a specific style, and then you start like, integrating that style into something else, and kind of like, what would you call it? You start combining that. It's kind of like a fusion style of playing, and I love that. There's a lot of players like that, like Pico, the guy that plays with Megadeth now. The guy's amazing, but he just gives this interesting twist to his playing. It just really sounds cool. It's like he's combining different styles to that. So it's really, really awesome. Yeah, you're welcome, man. Yeah, just thanks for the comment on the cover, man. That was a good song. I'll see if my voice has been shot the past few days for some reason, but I'll see if I can handle that. You guys want to hear it? I play that song. I don't even know what key it's in, guys, but whenever you play stuff, you kind of transpose it to what feels more comfortable to you. But I'm playing that in like a B minor. Do you believe in heaven above? So I'm doing that like a B minor, G, and A. Do you believe in heaven above? Do you believe in love? Don't tell me lies, don't be false or untrue. It all comes back to you. Open fire in my burning heart. I've never been lucky at love. My defenses are down, I just saw a threat. I can't survive on my own. If a girl walks in, her name in my heart, I'll turn and run away. Every day we've been led astray. It's hard to be lucky at love. It's in your eyes, making you cry. Don't know what to do, don't know what to do. Looking for love, caught in heaven above. Send me an angel, send me an angel, right now, right now. Send me an angel, send me an angel, right now, right now. One of the cool things I love about a lot of 80s songs, there's this one lick that you hear in so many songs, and it's this one right here. You can play it anywhere. So if you remember this. There's something about that lick that actually was, you may have not recognized it, but it's kind of subtle. And U2's song "With or Without You," when he's going, "When you give yourself away," that's that little riff he's doing. But then you hear that. That's also the little lick in that song off the Rocky IV movie, "Easy Way Out," "No Easy Way Out" by Robert Tepper. So, and it's in several 80s songs, But anyway, so that's just one of those little catchy riffs that you'll hear a lot of times. And sometimes it's those just extremely simple riffs that you have going on that captivate the listener. And that's kind of what you do when you're writing music anyway. You really want to captivate that listener. So, all right, guys. Well, dudes, this has been a fun chat on the patio, playing some acoustic with you guys. I'll be doing more live streams, of course. Did any of you guys have any questions before we part ways for the evening? I do have a real cool video coming out tomorrow on YouTube, so that's going to be, I'm going to publish it probably around noon tomorrow, or may publish a little bit earlier, depends on if I finish it tonight. I've got to finish working on that, but I'm actually showing you guys like every step that I took throughout the process of recording my very first album. So the album's Apocalyptic Dreams from 2013. So this video shows you like really from start to finish, kind of like from a very humble beginning, an extremely humble studio. And I got the idea to make the video because I wanted to encourage a lot of you, or all of you, you know, if you want to put out like a single or something like that, you know. I know some of you just play guitar as a hobby, and that's awesome. There's, you know, it's like one of the best outlets, and you need that outlet, you know. Maybe you're doing something else, you know, you run another type of business, or you have another passion that you're pursuing, and guitar is just your outlet. That's great. But I also know a lot of you too would like to do a little bit more than that, or a lot more than that, you know. And I want to encourage really all of you to kind of take it to that next level, whatever that level may be. But that next level for a lot of you is going to be releasing something. So I'm going to be going through like the next series of videos, guys, over the next probably few months. I'm going to be really honing in on showing you the things to do to really get your music out there and take everything to that next level. So I know it's going to appeal to a lot of you, some it may not, you know, but it's going to be, even if it's not your dream, so to speak, or it's not one of your goals, I think these videos will be awesome to watch, because there's going to be a lot of like mindset type things that we have to change when we're wanting to take things to the next level, no matter what it is. So I really want to help you with that, you know. So tomorrow's video, yeah, check that out tomorrow. That, of course, if you guys remember to, there's a little bell on YouTube when you're subscribed to a channel. You have to ding the little bell. Make sure that's pressed, because even my wife, she didn't have her bell pressed for my channel. She's like, hey, you're going live, but I didn't get a notification. So in order to get notifications whenever I release a video or go live, definitely make, I know most of you guys probably all have that bell pressed, but just make sure, just double check that bell, make sure it's pressed in. So guys, if you don't have anything else for me tonight, we will definitely talk again live. So two things real quick. There's the video tomorrow coming out. Make sure you see that. And there's my beautiful wife on right now. She didn't have the button pressed. So tomorrow's video is going to be really awesome for you guys to see. And next week I'm going to actually do a live show, like a live concert for you guys. Again, I'm going to be playing some songs off my Masterpiece album, probably 4 or 5 songs off that, and probably 3 or 4 songs off my first album, Apocalyptic Dreams. So definitely be sure to check that out. So guys, it's been fun. Thank you so much for joining tonight. As always, keep it metal.